Yeah, that's a good sound. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Game for a Movie Podcast, episode 8. Yes, 8 episodes, guys. We're still around. I can't believe it.
Wow, we made it this far.
We keep coming back.
We have a lot of changes today.
That's right.
But first, I'm going to introduce everybody. I am your host, Mikey Tech. I'm joined by...
Andre.
Mitchell Clements.
T-Dawg.
Oh,
T-Dawg, he's back!
T-Dawg's back!
T-Dawg's back after a long
We've been trying to figure out where you've been.
Yeah.
You know, just coming here for Mitchell's hot takes. And
oh, yeah.
You couldn't stay away from the hot takes.
The hot takes. I was really missing out on the hot takes.
Mm-hmm. Mitchell needs more hot takes. I
need more hot takes to stay in this podcast, yeah.
Oh.
No, from Mitchell.
From Mitchell.
Yeah, he needs to deliver hot takes to
I thought
me.
you were talking about yourself and we're voting you off the island or something like that.
No,
okay.
the warmth of all these hot takes, they sustain me. They keep me alive, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm here.
Well, all right. So we are changing some things up. As you have noticed, the intro is gone. A lot of feedback.
Deuces!
Wow.
Okay. I worked really hard on that.
You did, and I enjoyed it.
No, and that's the thing. A lot of feedback I've gotten is that it's a good intro, but it's just too long, which is fair. I think it is.
I say just make a short, blurb.
Well, so been talking with Claire and that kind of stuff, and like the podcast she listens to kind of just says like what I was thinking is we would say now, okay, this episode contains spoilers for this movie, this movie, this movie, this movie.
Sure.
Some music starts us off as we're talking as well, as we do the beer opening and because I think the beer opening is good.
I like the beer opening.
I like that too.
Speaking of beer openings, we are drinking beer.
That's right. We are.
We've got Two Hearted Ale from Bell's.
That's right.
We've got Harpoon's One Hazy Summer.
Oh, wow.
We've got Julius from Treehouse.
Sounds delicious.
Yummy.
And we've got Ferris Session IPA from Hanging Hills.
Oh.
I love that.
I love this can.
We should totally
really
do
good.
a throwback cast, and I would love like the 80s.
Honestly,
to be a decade
I'm
for us.
Yeah, I'm so down.
Dude, thing is, I need at least a Chicago movie. I'd stick to either Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, or Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Blues
Oh,
Brothers.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, was that in the 80s or 70s?
I thought that was in the 80s.
Okay, cool. I just know like those
I think it's like 1981.
were written in the 70s. I'm pretty sure.
So now you're going to make me look it up. And
Yeah. But anyway, the John Hughes era, which
1980.
I totally love. 1980.
There you go.
1980.
Right there.
So I would be okay. So, all right, there's that difference.
Yep.
As well as, normally we do this thing at Andre's place.
Yep.
He's been nice enough to host us.
Of course.
Well, Claire and I just moved into a new apartment. We are in the basement of said new apartment doing the podcast. So it's something, what do you guys think? What do you think of the basement?
It's cozy down here. I like it.
Yeah?
You know, unfortunately, Andre's place was in King's Landing, and then some queen went a little crazy
Yeah,
with her dragon.
you know.
Like, we didn't address the
Spoilers.
elephant in the room.
Yeah, you need to go back and edit.
The statute of limitation on
Game
that
of Thrones.
episode.
Yeah, dude,
Spoilers.
are you kidding me? If you haven't seen that episode within an hour, you got spoiled on Twitter, man. It's over.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert,
I mean-
Andre's homeless.
That's
His house got burnt down. He did not have fire insurance.
Wait,
I
you
did
live
not
next to
know
Aaron
that.
Rodgers?
I was not next to Aaron Rodgers. He did not protect me through that fight, unfortunately.
Did you know Aaron Rodgers?
I was.
Yeah.
I knew after the fact. I couldn't.
That's actually my favorite episode of the series because I've never watched it, and Aaron Rodgers died. So, yeah, twofer.
So says the Bears fan.
Yes.
Yep.
He just wished Khalil Mack was there to finish him off.
Yeah, right.
If all of a sudden, like, he's on fire and Khalil Mack's just like, pooh.
Dude, Khalil Mack is like an unsullied, just tackling fucking Aaron Rodgers. Would be
love
so
that.
good.
That would be amazing.
That would be great stunt casting.
But yeah, so we are back. We just did our MCU episode last time. So this time we have new movies for you.
Yeah.
We are going to start it off with Mitchell.
Yeah, man.
Mitchell, what did you see this time?
John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum?
Hell
Parabellum?
yeah.
They said it
Parabellum.
once. Parabellum, thank you.
No,
They
I
said it
haven't
weird
seen
in the
it.
movie. So, what? Have you not seen it?
No.
I haven't seen
I will
it
not
either.
spoil. I'm not going to
Okay.
spoil
No
this.
spoilers?
I'm not gonna
Oh, thank
spoil
God.
this.
I do
we're
want to
good.
see it.
Yes,
Okay, good.
Same.
Because I highly recommend this movie. Especially
Nice.
if you're a fan of the first two John Wicks.
Yes.
Guys, this is just more John Wick.
All right.
Okay.
And-
Literally,
yes.
the only thing holding me back was Andre not seeing the second one yet.
Oh,
Otherwise,
really?
I
You
would've
haven't seen
I
it?
haven't seen the second one. I've seen the first one. Loved it. The
All
second
right.
one I
So
haven't
I
seen
actually
yet.
had to refresh myself on part 2 because I heard part 3 literally picks up right off where number 2 ends.
Oh, okay.
So,
there you go.
That's what I've been told too.
So I've been traveling over the past couple weeks, and luckily Delta had John Wick 2. So just number 2. So I ended up watching that. It was a great experience because I knew the story kind of, so I was able to get work done, and then I turned my face up when the action scenes were going on.
There you
Because
go.
really, that's what you watch John Wick
Oh,
for.
totally,
yeah.
for
The
that
action
sick
scenes.
gun.
You want to see him kill something with something he should probably not kill them with.
Absolutely. And guys, he kills people with books, with
Oh.
horses,
Okay.
with obviously knives and guns. And what I love so much about this movie and the entire series is that it's all tactile, right? It's
Yeah.
hand-to-hand combat, and the filmmakers do such a good job of taking notice of the environment that John Wick is in, and
Nice.
how do they creatively involve him, and how he gets to use those props to, beat up whatever enemies are going after him.
Nice.
And I think they really raise it to another level with the action scenes in John Wick 3.
Can you ballpark a body count in this?
Oh
movie?
my god,
I
dude.
wanna-
For John Wick in particular,
Yeah,
John...
yeah, just John Wick. How many people?
No,
does
how many
John
times
Wick,
did John Wick die?
Yeah,
How many
did
times
John
should he have died? And that's the best part, because John Wick is vulnerable. And
Yeah.
they've made that known through the first two movies. This guy
Right.
gets hurt, he gets stabbed.
Yep.
He's not a perfect fighter.
Oh yeah,
Right.
and he's not like a Marvel superhero.
He's not a superhero, exactly.
Believe it or not.
When he gets stabbed, he has to heal himself.
Hmm.
He runs out of bullets in his clip and has to reload while guys are shooting at him.
Oh,
Like,
man,
all
so it's
these
not like
things.
Commando where just the second shot has a new clip in it?
Exactly. So no, I would say, I don't know, probably around 50, but probably
Okay.
a lot more too.
But
But this is a lot of, again, hand-to-hand stuff. Halle Berry has a great... Excuse me. Wow. Excuse me, Harpoon. Had a great
Sick.
role in the second act, where she had two dogs that assisted her in her fight
no.
sequences.
Nice.
Whoa.
And oh my god, how those dogs are used.
Oh, okay.
I mean, every time you see a dog in John Wick, you're just
Oh yeah.
You're just on the edge of
You're
your
on the
seat.
edge of your seat because
Yeah.
you don't know if that thing is going to make it.
Right.
Right.
It's true, though.
But I will say this again: the action sequences are through the roof. Again, Halle Berry, I thought it had, she's only in this movie for maybe 18 minutes,
Okay.
or at least an 18-minute sequence. But my favorite cameo that was in this, and whoever's an NBA fan already knows that he's in the movie, but Boban Marjanovic.
That's right.
Yes.
The
Yes.
center for the 76ers.
Watch
formerly
the interview
Clippers.
of him on that, and like he was, there's an interview out there
Yes.
about him talking about his role and everything like
right.
that, and it was fantastic to hear him talk about it. It was kind of cool.
It's great. I mean, he plays a gigantic villain, and for those who know the end of John Wick 2, it ends with him essentially being on the run. He's been excommunicado. And everyone who's a part of this underground assassin world that John Wick finds himself in...
Spoilers for
is-
Andre.
Spoilers for Andre, but,
That's fine.
translation excommunicated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
See?
Wow,
so the
look
new
at him.
the new Fortnite mode has you get excommunicado when you lose. They had a John Wick mode.
Oh, there you
So,
go.
that's
Hashtag
dumb.
Fortnite.
God damn it. Anyways.
So Boban is one of the agents who comes after John, and and they do such a great job of using his body as a force of fear, because they do it in a very claustrophobic setting where John looks about the size of my pinky going up against Boban, who is
yeah.
like 7'3", right?
Yeah.
Anyway, least to say, John Wick wins that battle. And I was half expecting...
Spoiler.
Okay.
Well, come on.
Oh, come on.
Ah.
This is literally the first 10 minutes. And I was
Okay,
half
fine.
I was half expecting Tobias Harris to come out of the shadows and cry, Kobe, no! All my NBA heads will love that reference out there. But anyway, he's a free agent this year, and I think he should sign full time with the John Wick series.
Yes!
There you
He's
go.
great.
Oh, that would be so
He's
good.
great. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if he can come back in the John Wick series.
Well, he did.
it will take some serious surgery.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
But anyway, the dogs are great. I heard an interview with the director who had said that, we choreograph and we take the fight sequences very seriously. We have 6-month rehearsals, but it's funny, the day of the shoots, and you're working with animals for the first time, you realize, and this is something that they learned in the previous movies, these animals don't know it's a movie. So when they're attacking people,
They're
they are
going at it,
attacking
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the biggest jumps they have to make from rehearsal to actual shooting. And you see these dogs attack the guys who are attacking Halle Berry or John Wick. You're like, oh my god!
Right.
Wow, I
how
didn't
is
think of it that way. You're right.
anyone like bouncing back from that in like real life, let alone in the movie? So anyway, as I'm describing the movie itself, you could feel the impact. There's one particular scene where a guy gets something poked out of him. That is done in a very gruesome way where you have to, I personally turned away when it happened. So I'm not sure if it actually happened completely on screen because I completely shut my eyes away from it. But I love it. That's what you're here
this
for.
movie.
Oh, for sure.
I need it.
Yeah, you guys need this movie.
An eye poked out?
Yeah.
It could be an eye. It could be. There's some other.
No, I'm,
like
just,
some
I'm
Mortal-
trying to think what else.
There's some
you're talking
other
about.
weird body parts that you didn't think could get
Sounds like a freaking Mortal Kombat
taken out of
fatality.
some.
I'm so
Almost,
in.
but
Okay.
except these people actually suffer and die
Right.
after this happens, and not
Okay.
like Mortal Kombat where they're like, oh yeah, that's like half my health.
He's
Like,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just inject this movie into my veins.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, the action sequences are great. I will say this: when the movie turns to the plot to move things forward, which is necessary to tell a story, it does drag because that's not why you're there.
Yeah.
But Keanu Reeves is a guy who was born to play this role, especially at the age that he's at because of how old he is. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's laboring through these moves. This is definitely not an easy task for anyone. You could tell the impact of the beating that he's taken. And I think if this was a spry 20-something, early 30-something Keanu Reeves like we saw in The Matrix, it would be different, right?
Okay.
He'd just be bouncing back and all that. But you could tell the toll that he's taken. It makes the action feel so much more real.
Nice.
So the plot itself is whatever. That's not why you're here to watch this movie.
No.
Guys, there's nothing more than I could say without spoiling stuff. Please watch this movie.
Okay. I'm going to see it this week.
Watch this movie.
It's on my list.
If you are a fan of the John Wick series, I think they add more action sequences, especially in the first and third act. The second act is kind of the lull, except for the one scene with Halle Berry. And yeah, I'm going to give this one... as Andre and I have discussed, I'm pretty stingy with my stars.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when
fine.
I say this number, it's going to sound a little low for how I've been selling it.
Okay.
But I'm also a story guy.
Yes.
Right.
And
obviously.
how plot was, kind of taken aside. And in the same interview that I heard with the director talking about the dogs, he'd also say, we give the writers a script, and then when it comes back to us, what we try to do is take out some stuff and put more action scenes in. And that's exactly what they did in this one.
Sorry, I'm very distracted by the
Why
fact
are you distracted?
everybody's guessing how many
many
stars.
stars you're gonna get,
So we're
yeah.
holding up numbers like 2, 3. And all of a sudden, T-Dawg goes 7.
I was trying to say 2.5.
Oh, okay. All right. This 7.
No,
confused me.
guys. it's 3.5. This
Okay.
is
Oh, nice.
3.5.
Oh,
This is
sick.
This is
That's
3.5.
fine, yeah.
This is 3.5.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So for me, John Wick 1 has a personal space in my heart. That's the
Yeah.
one that made me fall in love with action movies again.
Okay.
So that's my 4. Number 2, I'll give it 3, and then
Okay.
John Wick 3, I'm giving 3.5 because the action sequences are so amazing.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Nice. Yeah, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was. It definitely wasn't 7, though.
So
No.
by the
A little
way,
bit off
the
the
metric 3.5 horse kicks.
Okay.
Horse
Got it.
kicks.
Horse kicks.
Okay.
Kicks.
Okay.
You guys will get it when you see it.
All right.
Nice.
T-Dawg, you saw a movie. What movie did you see?
Yes, Andre and I saw Detective Pikachu, or
Yes.
Correct.
what's
Pokemon
Pokemon.
presents-
okay.
Pokemon colon Detective Pikachu.
Yes,
No,
that's-
I'm pretty sure
that's-
it's called Pikachu,
Pikachu,
colon.
Detective Pokemon.
Private Dick.
Private
Oh,
Dick.
Oh.
Private Dick.
Yeah.
Wait, was that the
The
porn
biggest
version?
dick
Oh,
That's
Oh.
we're not
The-
talking about
the biggest.
There was that scene with
Someone-
Missy that was really confusing.
Yeah.
Is Missy in that?
No.
Oh,
she's
no.
not.
Are any
No,
of
no.
the characters
No.
outside the Pokemon? Okay.
No.
No,
Nope.
Oh, okay.
no.
Somebody gets called an ass. Not Ash,
Not
but
Ash.
ass.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squint
I
your
don't,
ears
I
and
don't
you'll miss
actually
it.
think anybody gets called an ass.
No, I don't think anybody gets called
No,
an
but
ass,
I
no.
You asshole.
Oh, are we still talking about the porn? No.
Oh, yeah. All
All
right.
right, so
Detective Pikachu.
Pokemon Detective
It's a movie.
Pikachu.
All right. Opening scenes. So first, let's start off live action movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
This
important difference from anything else in the Pokemon franchise, at least that I know of. I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is the first live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go to our resident Pokemon expert.
Our resident Professor Oak over
Yes.
here.
Oh, okay, all right,
nice.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow. T-Dawg spitting up the
Spit
beer.
take. Spit take.
I knew what he was going to say, but when I heard it, I just. So opening scenes. We start off with. I believe it was the guy who played the taxi driver in Deadpool.
Yeah, Depinder.
So
Yeah, he's
a
in it.
little
Yeah.
cameo there.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the main character. He was one of the friends of the main character. So it's literally just the opening series.
It's
or
Justice Smith. Is that the main
Yes.
character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then So what's his character's name?
Tim.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Tim Goodman.
So it opens up
heard
with
that.
Tim
Okay.
Do you want to
Goodman.
review this movie?
No.
I just need some of Andre's help getting, like the Pokemon names.
I'm just trying to nudge
Okay.
Tyler on his
By the way,
Pokemon
the
journey.
hand-holding, his last name was Goodman?
Yeah.
Like, good
Wow.
man?
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
God.
like that.
He's a
yeah,
good
but I was
man.
like, yeah, like good.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, because
okay.
it kept saying his dad's name, like Detective Goodman or whatever.
Yeah, no, I know, but I
Right.
just never put two and two together
Yeah,
until we just
no,
said
it's
that.
like,
Okay,
well,
sorry.
Anyways,
Okay, so moving on. The opening scene, we had Pokemon. I don't know if we want to actually go in all the names because then I have to remember
It's a
which
Cubone.
ones. Yeah,
it's a Cubone.
Cubone. Okay. Anyways, initially it looks great. I think throughout the movie, all of the scenes where the Pokemon were in nature or less like integrated into this large crowd, they looked great. Like it visually looked very well done. And once you moved into the city more, so most of the focus was in Rime City. So we have Rime City that was created by this really rich guy.
Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Was it Bill Nye?
It was Bill Nye. Yeah.
No way. Bill Nye's in this?
Yeah, Bill Nye, not the science guy, the the actual Nighy, that
God.
the actor Bill Nye. Yes.
Oh.
Not Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh,
That was
okay,
it.
I'm like, no way.
Okay.
What a get.
Yes.
So
yeah.
So he builds this city, and essentially the city's to allow Pokemon and humans to live and interact together
Right.
without being that like battle type.
Right, so it's
dependency.
everybody has a Pokemon partner, but it's not their battling partner. They're
Yeah.
like Pokemon just have jobs. Like you'll see like shots of Squirtles firefighting. You'll see like Machamps, like the forearm Pokemon, like doing taking traffic and stuff.
So I thought some of the visuals got a little sketchy, like going into that
in the urban environments, yeah.
And so when they went into Rime City, like especially that Machamp, whatever,
Yeah.
Close.
T-Dawg remembers Pokemon.
There is a Machoke, though, isn't there?
There-
Or am I wrong?
There is, but
Isn't that-
this is a Machamp.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
it's a
Is there
Machamp.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a Machoke.
There's a lot of Pokemon on
Machop,
screen.
Machoke, Machamp.
Yeah. No, I understand, but I don't want.
Come on, you're the professor.
Oh my god, I'm just hang on my degree.
Let's be
already.
clear. I have some knowledge that I can piece together about
Yeah,
Pokemon. It's
you're fine.
that
I
approximate.
bet you didn't
knowledge.
even EV train, dude. Like what the
No,
fuck?
fuck no.
Anyways,
So it was like those scenes that looked a little more visually shaky. Not quite as it just looked. I don't know if it was like that you try to hit that part of the uncanny valley and they like hit that dip.
yeah, right. Well, I mean, like seeing Pokemon interact with humans ends up being a little bit more fakey.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
Yeah. And then you have the people moving around.
Yeah.
So back to the story point. I think we covered I've already covered the visual to the extent that it's throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
So the main plot is we have Tim, who has lost his mother at some point in his life when he was younger. We find the story out as the movie unwinds. So he initially is off with his friend in another city, and then what's the exact reason he goes to Rime City?
because his dad gets
dad-
they think his dad's dead,
Yes.
right? So like,
Thank you.
he's a
Yeah.
detective.
Key
he gets
point, people.
Yes.
Okay.
His dad, the main byline is that his dad is a detective for Rime City. He gets into a car accident, a mysterious accident, and they deem him like dead on the scene or whatever. So Tim has to go to Rime City to go to his apartment, collect his things, do his last rites or whatever.
Right.
Some dumb bullshit.
All right. So as Tim goes to the apartment of his father, he sees something, in the apartment that's rummaging through everything. Eventually, he discovers that it's Pikachu. Believe it or not, Pikachu. He can hear Pikachu and understand.
He can understand
Pikachu.
him. Key point: he inhales some drugs before then,
Okay.
right?
Okay. So.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay,
So he's searching through his
but we
dad's
find
stuff.
out later that it's
Oh, yeah, you're
that's
right, whatever.
unrelated.
Fucking
so
who cares? This plot is
so
whatever.
yeah, let's
Wait, so there's drug use.
yes.
So
yeah.
there's the R serum, which is what his dad,
It's
case
like
his dad
acid,
is looking into.
kind of. It's like
So like
inhaling
it's
acid.
basically like this drug that enrages Pokemon,
like an
causes them to freak
aerosolized
out, and
acid.
yeah.
So
an
what does it
aerosol.
do to humans?
So they try to make it so that like you like what?
No, that's cool.
No. Whose movie is this?
Oh yeah, go for it. All right, fine.
This is Ryan Reynolds' movie.
Yeah, it's a Ryan Reynolds movie. It's a movie.
I feel like Andre had more invested in it, so I'm fine with, not
Wow.
no like I'm not. I didn't mean that as
Wow, damn, dude.
I just meant I enjoyed the movie. I think Andre just had more background going in.
He did the reading.
Yeah,
I did the reading.
He did the research. He did the preliminary research.
He went out with a
really
Pokedex and filled
Yeah,
it
I
out.
did, dude. I was playing Pokemon Go for weeks beforehand just to prepare.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
Pokemon Go.
I half believed it.
okay, let's speed through the story point
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah,
faster.
please.
So there's this gas that's basically like an aerosolized acid for Pokemon that drives them crazy. Humans, they don't really see like anything while it's being released. Like humans don't have an effect other than it's just hard for them to breathe. So he initially thinks that that's why he can listen to Pikachu, and Pikachu can, understand him, talk to him, etc.
And also, Pikachu's also voiced by one Ryan Reynolds.
Yes. So if you did not know that, you probably either didn't see any trailers or
Didn't want to.
So you can just fast forward past this part.
Well, quick question: what do you think of the humor for like Ryan Reynolds' one-liners as Pikachu? I'm
I
curious.
thought, it was interesting for like a PG movie.
Yeah, I think it was PG.
Yeah,
somehow.
PG.
They were some of the stuff that they said. It was definitely bordering more on the like PG-13ish
Right.
line, and so parts of that like were enjoyable. I wouldn't say like Deadpool funny, but
No.
but at least to withstand the movie, like I enjoyed the movie.
Just to give you a hint of some of the humor, it's like, oh, that hurt my Pokeballs.
Well,
like that
doesn't
kind
say
of
that
stuff.
specific
No,
line.
but it's like that kind of stuff.
And then he's talking about like the jellies all the time.
Yeah.
I
I can
assume
feel
he's,
the
like-
jellies.
jellies.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, okay.
it
Yeah.
definitely sounded like he's referencing
There was-
testicles, when he's like,
Oh,
I
is
can
that
feel
what
it
it
in
is?
my
Oh, maybe.
yeah. I want to be clear because he says jellies probably like 10 times.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
He
Go
had
back to
jelly
that well.
shoes.
Yeah.
But like, there's like a lot of like quick, rapid, like fire, like zingers. I'm like, what? Like he I don't know.
Yeah, it was a little off place. Like especially, I felt like the actor for Tim was a little bit awkward in some of that.
Oh, sure.
scenario.
Yeah,
like he wasn't a prime.
No, I think that's the unfortunate thing is I feel like the principal human actors are kind of off in this
right,
movie a little bit.
and that's what I was getting to. Basically, every human actor was a little bit awkward in the.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like a director type thing
I mean, it's
or
probably tough to act against the CGI animal, right?
Right, but
So-
I mean, I'm sure there's we could name instances where they do it.
well,
way
sure,
better,
but
right? I would say the main, like the best human actor was Bill Nye guy.
the main
Yeah.
main
Bill
guy,
Nye, the actor
the
guy.
mayor,
Yeah.
Bill Nye,
Yeah.
the actor guy, mayor of Rime City.
He's
Yes,
pretty good, yeah.
He did
Yeah.
not feel awkward. Like
No, in
So-
fact, it was like weird how good he was.
right. So that
He
was
bought
kind
it.
of the
Yeah,
issue is
like,
because
wow.
you have this movie that has this certain style where all of the humans are really weird interacting with each other and with the Pokemon. So
Yeah.
it's not just like them with CGI stuff, and then you have Bill Nye, and he's it's just like a acting.
Yeah,
like
he
a
was
normal actor,
pretty good,
like,
actually. Yeah.
So that's one of the main things. That
I also
threw me
like the
off.
guy from This Is the Worst, or You're the Worst.
Right.
That guy was in
yeah.
it.
So he
What-
plays Bill Nye's son.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy.
Greer.
Okay.
Yes,
Chris
yeah, he was also good.
Greer.
Yeah, I mean, I would say those
Yeah,
two
Greer.
out of the human actors there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty
So-
good. I liked him in that.
Okay, I guess this is jumping ahead a little bit, but what do you get? Like, so clearly they're using this movie as like a launching off point for more Pokemon movies. They've confirmed that Detective Pikachu 2 is in the works, and that a Red and Blue movie is in the works.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Mewtwo movie. So 3 live action Pokemon movies, all in development at the same time. So
I hope they don't do, and this is without seeing Detective Pikachu,
Yeah.
but we have seen how Lego Movie, the first one, was warmly received, people
Yes.
loved it, and the sequels, or whatever was left in that universe, have gotten worse and worse in terms of box office performance.
right.
Are they jumping the gun a little bit too early with this? Like,
I don't know. We'll have to see how Detective Pikachu honestly nets out because it's doing well.
It's doing well,
It's
yeah.
not doing, but it's not doing how Lego Movie did, right? When it first came.
It
Like,
never
I feel
got first.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's not-
well,
it's-
I mean,
well,
but
to
you're
be
launching.
fair.
You're
No,
launching
no,
after.
but
Endgame.
is that also the problem though too? Because
Yeah.
it launched in between Endgame and then John Wick 3 has been
Yeah.
number 1 this week.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
is it?
I'll do a little box office mojo on this and
Yeah,
see what I
it's-
I mean,
come
and
up
then
with.
you have the Harry Potter series.
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts that just kind of dropped
fizzled
off
out.
of the
Yeah.
first
Well,
one,
I just think that's bad writing.
There's still
Right.
the third one.
Yeah,
No, I think
They're supposed to be.
Yeah,
I know.
well, that's my point. Like
Yeah.
the first one was pretty good. I wouldn't say my favorite, but
Uh,
I thought it was still.
I enjoyed the second one a lot more than other people did. But
So,
that's just
I
me.
did not-
as
I
far
haven't
as
watched
as far as the
Yeah.
franchise viability of Pokemon, I think there's I mean, it could go either way, but I think there's definitely pretty big demand for like a red and blue style movie because I feel like
Right.
what a lot of like anecdotally, a lot of my friends like that saw this movie, they're like, oh, like I want to see more Pokemon battles. Red and blue will have that.
I think this
So,
was a
yeah.
good like starting point.
Yes.
Engaged interest, and it gave a visually well received movie.
Yeah.
Like
it provides a solid visual blueprint for
Right.
what Pokemon would look like.
yeah, exactly. And I think one of the main thing is how they cast the actors for the upcoming ones.
Yeah.
Like what type of gear they're going for.
Yes. Yeah.
They need something more than what they had in this. I mean, like aside from the few that we've talked about. But,
Yeah.
and then obviously Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. Like I don't know, you can't really. I don't know if you could find like a better fit.
For Pikachu?
Like I'm not saying you couldn't find a better fit, but it'd be hard to say like, oh yeah, this was like
Sure.
worse or fantastic.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
I remember,
yes.
Yeah, I've seen Reddit
That'd be
posts
great.
of like
He's
how
just-
He's perfect in everything.
Yes.
Does not
it's
matter.
so good.
Can we just have him dress up as
As
Detective
Pikachu.
I would-
and then have it voiced by someone else.
Yeah.
Voiced by
better,
Ryan.
So Mike, you saw this movie too, right?
I did, yes.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. It's a Pokemon movie.
Okay.
It's exactly everything I wanted in a Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
I agree. Some of the visuals were a little off, that kind of stuff. But really, for me, everything I wanted in a Pokemon movie. It's
Yep.
not like I'm expecting the writing to be over the moon and back. Like I wanted what I got.
Sure.
It's Ryan Reynolds as a talking fucking Pikachu. Like it worked for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we enjoyed it. Am I gonna say anything better than like middle of the road? Probably not. But at the same time, it's more so like the visuals were cool in the nature scenes, like the part where the Bulbasaurs
Dude,
and
the Bulbasaur.
Yeah,
like,
that
shots
was
were great.
that was awesome. Like I'm fully on board for that.
Right.
So there's these cool scenes like that
Yeah.
where I'm like, this is awesome. This is where it transcends the rest of the movie.
Oh yeah, and I mean, huge miss on the No Squirrel Squad spoilers.
Yes.
Yes, when no
They,
Squirrel
they,
Squad.
they had.
Squirrel Squad.
I mean, maybe that was the squad there, but no
Right.
sunglasses.
You had
no
a scene of
other
squirrels
yeah.
firefighting and no sunglasses guy to lead it up. Yeah, you're right. No Squirrel
Yeah,
Squad.
I think the
Disappointing.
one thing I wanted from the movie.
I think
anyways.
I would have taken a Squirrel Squad.
Yeah.
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 So I actually kind of found myself a little less hot on it than I thought I'd be, and I don't know. Like it was more like, and like you said, like the writing isn't super. I wasn't expecting the writing over the moon, but that whole entire like climax, the last 20 minutes, I was just like, that just
Yeah.
totally washed over me,
Oh, yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like,
I-
oh, okay. I was like ready
Yeah.
to be out of the theater by then,
Yep.
right? So, but that being said, like it was awesome to see like all these Pokemon on live action screen, and if I was like 10, this is the movie that I dreamed of when
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like a little kid playing those games for
Yeah.
the first time. Where it's like, oh man, like seeing all these Pokemon in real life, like interacting with humans, like there's like it just hits that like it is just nostalgia at that point, right? Like
Yeah.
it fires on all cylinders on that front.
I
so.
agree with your end of movie, like climax and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it
it's just
felt like, okay, try for a twist, try for a twist, try for a twist, try
even
for a twist.
yeah,
like,
but then leading up to that too, just like the fight scenes and stuff
Yeah.
like that is just like okay, like it wasn't doing anything.
Are
for me
there
at
that
point.
many back-to-back twists? Is that what you're saying?
No,
No,
it's not
no,
even that
not
it's twisty.
twist, but
it's
it's
just
just-
that the like the narrative just like is like oh this is happening.
It
now.
goes off the
Okay.
rails.
yeah,
Yes,
it goes a
yeah,
little off the-
yeah.
Gotcha. So I will say this, box office-wise, before T-Dawg gives his rating.
Yeah.
So its its production budget, $150 million.
Okay.
Who knows how much marketing adds beyond that? But at the worldwide box office, it's made $312 million already. So
Okay. Right.
definitely viable. And
Yeah.
definitely
There's a
something
world for
that
it.
Like
Warner
it
Brothers
didn't
is gonna
bomb.
greenlight
It's not
for
gonna
more.
it's not lighting the world on fire, but it didn't bomb, right? So
Yeah, it did more than not just bomb. Like it made money.
Yeah.
So
Makes 2 times as much.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like it besides obviously marketing and that
and,
kind of
Right.
stuff.
and
you know.
this obviously has like huge international appeal.
It's made more money overseas than it's made domestically.
Right.
So that's huge. If
There
it's
it
going
is.
to make money in China and Japan, they're going to keep making these movies forever.
And I think the main part of the plot that we didn't really talk about was just that, like, you have Mewtwo back.
That's
and,
right,
like,
Mewtwo's
you,
back
You have that
in
same
this.
interaction where it's originally prisoned with by scientists who are
Right. If you've
experimenting
seen the actual like cartoon
yes,
Pokemon,
so that's what I wanted
movie,
to get back to
Go for
was the original Pokemon movie. You have those types of aspects. It's not the same movie at all. Like they're not trying to just remake a live action, but you have those aspects where Mewtwo has this distorted reality of like human, what humans mean since it's only had pain basically.
Sure.
And
So a laboratory experiment.
yeah,
Like,
and then so at the end, has seen that that's not the case. There's a plot twist at the end that I won't give away since they're
Mitchell straight up guessed. Was amazing.
Can we all take a moment? We were discussing before this pod started, like, hey, are we gonna have spoilers and all that? And then I just pulled it out of my ass that the spoiler for Detective Pikachu was
No.
yeah,
We're gonna put it at the end of this podcast.
Okay.
We're gonna sign off.
Okay.
It's gonna be at the very
There'll
end
be a Easter
where Mitchell guesses the end.
That's funny.
To Detective
I'm so
Pikachu.
glad we
What
were
a
hot on that one.
tease.
I'm so glad the
tease.
mic was hot for that. That's
Good
So-
tease, Mike B.
Yeah.
Tech.
So
Love
if you want to find out what Mitchell thought of the plot or like figured out of the twist, it'll be at the end of this episode.
I should just write
Alright.
movies.
Yep.
I'm
Alright.
sorry, guys.
So for my rating, I would give it 2.5 Premier Balls out of 5.
Ooh, Premier Balls.
Premier
I like it.
Balls.
All right,
I
nice.
like it.
Nice.
I like it. Okay.
Is that canon? Oh, God.
Premier Balls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right, I guess it comes to me then.
Yeah, go for it.
So I saw a few movies. So I saw Detective Pikachu. I saw Shazam, and I saw this movie on Netflix called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. Yes, I have it pulled up because I don't remember the
That
exact
name would be
phrasing.
tough to remember.
I keep calling it Shockingly Vile, and I'm like, that's not right. No.
Nope.
If you know anything, the reason I went with this is because some of the guys in our group haven't seen Shazam yet. They want to see Shazam, so I went spoiler free because everybody kind of knows that Ted Bundy did it. So,
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
I know,
You
right?
Mike?
Yeah. So this movie was on Netflix. It stars Lily Collins and Zac Efron. Zac Efron plays Ted Bundy. It also has John Malkovich and Jeffrey Donovan, Dylan Baker, and Fat Haley Joel Osment.
Oh,
Did we
poor
have that
Haley
part?
Joel- Oh, come on.
I
Haley Joel
hate
Osment.
Haley Joel Osment.
Oh,
Ever
I'll
since he
always
got
love him.
fat, I hate him.
Catch
Wow,
me those
that-
voice acting checks, man. Like, whatever.
That's American in
So,
a nutshell.
yeah.
Since he got fat, I hated him.
No, it's not even the fact that he's fat. It's just he lost all appeal to me.
Gotcha.
So, and he also has another spot in my mind.
What's
He was
that?
in Yoga Hosers.
Oh, yeah. No, that'll do it.
It's
Yep.
another terrible spot. No, I hated him before that,
Oh,
but that
okay.
didn't help.
Well, right.
I feel like Mike had this build up from when he was in Sixth Sense,
Yeah.
where it was like he's gonna be like this, big
No, I
ass-
had nothing wrong with him. In
Why
Sixth
can't
Sense.
I see dead people? I hate you, Haley Joel Osment.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't since Sixth Sense. It's since AI.
Oh,
I
but that was
really
like back to
disliked
back,
AI.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I really disliked AI.
That movie wasn't.
So that was 1999. He had a movie in between called Pay It Forward, which nobody saw.
I
And
saw
then-
that.
I saw.
Yeah,
A
what
lot
the
of
fuck?
people saw that.
Yeah.
I think
I
that was
like
a
that
big
movie.
movie.
That's
The hell?
That was a big movie, actually. I
Whatever,
think it was
doesn't
like
matter.
a.
Whatever. Fuck that.
It doesn't matter. I hate Haley Joel Osment. This is what I wanted to talk about.
Is this
you
what the
fucks.
podcast? Is this what we're turning into?
Apparently, you guys are calling out my hatred for him,
Yeah.
but it's just I hate him.
Wow.
I mean, that was like school violence, man. That
To
was a
be
big.
fair, Mike also hates A Star Is Born.
Whoa.
He's never seen it.
I've never said I hate it. I just don't believe it should win Best Director.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
all.
enough.
I need another beer, goddammit.
That's my only
Anyway.
point on that.
This beautiful movie.
Yes.
Yes.
My beautiful dark twisted fantasy, whatever it's called.
Shockingly evil.
My twisted.
Whatever it is. Extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile. Oh, it also had Jim Parsons. I forgot about that too.
Oh.
He plays a lawyer in it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's a little weird. I mean,
Oh.
he's
Bazinga.
fine in it, but it's a little strange.
I still see him as the Bazinga guy.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly. Like, you
exactly.
can't... It's unfortunate that, like, he's...
Right.
That's such an iconic character for him that...
He's now been typecasted, except for this movie. He wanted to try something different, and he was fine in it. But it's still you're seeing him.
Did
and
it
you're like,
pull you out of it at all?
a little
Right.
bit? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I figured.
So this whole movie, I don't want to say that I wanted to see it darker, but you never see any of the crimes committed. It's a courtroom drama.
Okay.
And so that's the thing, and it's all about how he falls in love with this girl named Lily Collins, or not named Lily Collins, but played by
Lily Collins. It's like,
Right.
whoa,
Yeah.
wow, what a coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. Her name is Lily Collins, and she's played by Lily Collins. It was perfect. No. But it's all about Ted Bundy and like his crimes and everything, and he's going to jail, and it strains their love, and like she has to figure out what to do because she still loves him, but also understands that he's a monster. But he's like fighting and saying like, I didn't do these crimes, and she's like, oh, I believe you, like you didn't do these crimes, and then all of a sudden there's more evidence, he did more crimes, and it's like, oh fuck, like what the hell, you said you didn't do these crimes, and he's like, I didn't do these crimes. You know, that kind of thing.
These aren't just crimes, right?
Yeah, these are terrible
straight up
crimes.
This
murders.
is murder.
These are shockingly evil and vile crimes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh.
And so...
Tell me someone says that in the
They do.
goddamn movie.
It's in the trailer, dude. It's in
Is
the
it?
trailer. John Malkovich
They just like
says
stare
it.
right at the fucking camera and say it. Like,
No, it's so... It was, basically, majority of it takes place in all these different trials and blah, blah, blah. And, like, Ted Bundy was this, like, extremely smart guy. He was attractive for the time, apparently. And so, like...
Zac
Well,
Efron
the-
is still attractive.
yes, yeah.
Right,
Well,
and so-
the whole entire thing, the
Mike's
whole entire thing
like,
about
I
Ted Bundy is
don't
that he seemed like a normal dude, right?
Right,
And so
exactly.
that's what was so scary about
Can't
him
really
was that
tell,
he was so
like-
normal and approachable.
Exactly.
So-
Like everybody, like they, this was the first televised court case, and even in the courtroom, they say you have a lot of followers with you, and a lot of them are young females.
Yeah.
And like all of his crimes were against young females.
Yeah.
And so it was just these people believed him so well. My issue with the movie is that Zac Efron does great. He's fine.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
He's actually really good in this. The issue I have is the only reason they cast him is because he is attractive. He looks nothing like Ted Bundy. And it's just one of those things where it's kind of like they just want to have him because he appeals to that young female crowd.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's fair.
Well, I guess doesn't that
that's
invoke the spirit of it? Maybe he doesn't look like Ted Bundy, but doesn't he invoke the spirit of a guy who attracts young women?
Probably,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Like, was Zac Efron enough of a Ted Bundy type? I guess, for like
That's
a better word.
my issue with
Gotcha.
it, is because I don't
Gotcha.
see him as a Ted Bundy type. I don't see
Okay.
him as, even though he does come across as like normal, attractive guy,
Yeah.
you know, and probably pretty smart,
Yeah.
I still wouldn't believe him as a serial killer.
Right.
Maybe that's the point, though. Whoa.
What?
I don't know.
Dude,
Maybe,
do-
I think you're thinking
So you
too hard.
never see the killings.
You
or
never see the
anything
killings.
like
You
that.
In a
just
way, that
hear-
sounds like an interesting choice, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So they want you to kind of realize, hey, maybe like having the facts of the case, maybe he was innocent. Maybe he was just wrong place, wrong time 3 times. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
it's hard to believe because they want you to believe just the facts of the case. But he's in Washington where these crimes happen. He's in Colorado
Right.
when these crimes happen.
You apply Occam's
He's
razor to the
in
situation.
Florida when these crimes happen. It's
Gotcha.
not like it's just 3 separate cases. No, it's this guy is in these spots. Like it's pretty obvious he did it.
Gotcha.
And so like the first trial where you're kind of where he feels good about it. He's like, I've got a good lawyer. I think I've got this. And then they say like, you've been found guilty. And he's kind of like, what? That's the only spot where I'm going, okay, maybe he didn't do these crimes. Maybe it's actually like wrong place, wrong time. But then he gets extradited to Colorado where these crimes have happened. And it's like, oh, wait, you were in Colorado when these happened? Okay, hold up. You know, and so, I don't know. It's an interesting movie. But at the same time, like, it never dives really fully deep into it.
Okay.
What I do applaud them for is at the end, they do show the real court case. And, like, the lines are straight out of the court case. Like, it's kind of funny, the case itself, because John Malkovich's character, which was a judge, and his character of Ted Bundy, like, they did have this rapport of, like, hey, how you doing today, partner? Like, the judge would say to him. And it's weird because it's like actual footage and that kind of stuff. But they realized during the court case, it's very much play like, hey, let's play up for the cameras. That kind of thing.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
So what year was this? The court case and all
did
that.
they-
78?
Yeah, I was about to
something
say
like
late
that.
70s.
It was
right?
okay. So
So it was pretty early on.
when I think of televised court cases, the number one that comes to mind is OJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was in the early '90s.
Right.
So that's incredible. I didn't know they televised that.
That was
Yeah.
the first. That was the first televised
Wow.
case, right?
That's
So-
crazy.
So, yeah, this was the first one. And
wow.
a lot of it was because, so when it was in Florida, the, was it the DA or whoever was in charge of this was up for re-election. And he had bagged Ted Bundy doing these crimes on a sorority.
Right.
Gotcha.
At Florida State.
Gotcha.
And, like, he read the subpoena, like, to a camera with Ted Bundy there. And, like, Ted Bundy's, like, playing it up like, oh, what you got there? Oh, a subpoena? Why don't you read that for me? Aren't you up for re-election? Like, that kind of stuff. Like, it's super over-the-top kind of thing.
Huh.
But
Wow.
it was just them playing for the cameras, even.
And this is at the end where they show the actual footage. This is what you're
So,
drawing
well, it happens in the movie, too.
Oh, okay.
But then
So you
they
see.
also show you the footage of it happening.
from. Just like the Room movie or whatever. The disaster.
Yeah.
artist.
Oh, yeah, the disaster.
Disaster.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
did they play the
still
real
want-
footage at the end?
Yeah,
Oh,
so they
nice.
play the real
Still
footage
need
of the
to
room.
see
I still need to see
the-
Disaster Artist. We all need to see the room
both,
together.
I guess. Yeah.
we're
I
gonna
want
see
to
the
do.
room
I want
together,
to have
Jesus.
a room episode. Honestly.
Yeah, all right.
Anyways,
It's still happening, I
Killer
know.
scenes
Yes.
at the end.
But yeah, so it's one of those things where, like, the movie was fine. It's a good less than 2 hours, like an hour and 45 or something like that.
Sure.
Perfect Netflix movie.
Exactly. Like, it's
Yeah.
a good Netflix movie. That being said, I give it 2 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
2 out of 5, like, television
Dead
cameras.
women. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
No,
about to say like.
Dead Women.
I was like, what? How can we make this tasteful?
No, because this is very much like televised, that
Yes.
kind of stuff. So
That's
I give
interesting.
it 2 out of 5 television cameras as well. I'll call it.
And
Okay.
I think it should be noted that Joe Berlinger, who was the director of
Mm-hmm.
this, also with Netflix directed the documentary
The Ted
Conversations
Bundy
with
tapes
the
or-
Killer.
Yeah, okay.
The Ted Bundy tapes.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
That's a docuseries, 4 episodes, and from a production standpoint, pretty interesting that within the same year that
Yeah.
they're releasing both the live action version and then a documentary thing on the same subject. So
Build off of each other, man.
Why not?
yeah, like creatively,
Rapid
that's
fire.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I have not seen either, so I'm not sure which one is better than the other.
I'm going to go back and watch the Confession with the Killer,
Yeah.
Ted Bundy tapes. It's interesting. Claire was watching it the other night, so I caught like the end of an episode,
Gotcha.
and it just so happened to be the part where he got the subpoena and like did it in front of the cameras and
Oh,
everything like
funny.
that.
Okay.
So it's funny how it was just like exactly that part.
Yeah.
It was fine. A lot of it deals with like Lily Collins dealing with I love him, but he's a murderer, that kind of stuff, and then Fat Hilly Joel Osment tries to sneak in. And
He's back.
He's back in.
He tries to comfort her, and it's just like sleazy and
Ugh.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, not a fan. Sorry, it's just that
It's
guy.
okay.
Yeah. So we move on to our loser here.
I'm so excited.
Andre,
Yeah.
you have wasted the last 90 minutes of your life besides this podcast.
No, this podcast has been a joy.
Yeah, you watched this movie today.
Yeah, because I was procrastinating on it because Mitchell and I saw the trailer for this movie and we were both like, whoa, wow.
So let's
It
start.
was terrible.
So anyway,
Let's start. What is the movie?
so the movie is called All Right Now, or Songbird, apparently, as is released in the UK. It is a British dramedy film starring one Cobie Smulders.
Ooh. Five Fuego.
Yes.
Wait, that can't be bad.
Yeah,
It gets worse.
gets worse. So
I was really being sarcastic, but okay.
Yeah,
I
no.
love Cobie Smulders, but
okay, so the main byline of this movie is that Cobie Smulders is a frontman of a '90s band. Like this takes
Okay.
place in present day, like 2018 is when it was filmed. So
Yeah.
present day, but she was in a '90s band that had 2 big selling albums. The band has a falling out. They like try to do a reunion thing. Like this is all the first 10 minutes. Like. And they just end up like playing at shitty bars and not really doing any, like not really getting it done. And so the band like tells her we're breaking up, and she freaks out. Like moves in with like her friend that lives in an RV. This is all, by the way, take place in England. She's the only American. Well, she's not even. She's whatever. She's the only American character. Everyone else is British. So.
Okay.
Whatever. So
not Robin Sparkles. She's not Canadian.
she's not Canadian. No. She's
Okay.
she's an American. She's an American pop star
Yeah.
that lives in England. If that makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Jimi Hendrix did it.
What? Yeah, you're right. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. So she's a Jimi Hendrix type, I guess.
Oh God.
Not
do
really.
that.
Yeah.
Just no.
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 And She moves in with like her friend who lives in an RV, and it's the night after her band breaks up. They drink lots of wine. They just randomly on the spur of a moment decide she should apply to college and just start over because she wants to.
Because that's how it goes.
Yeah, right. She's like, okay, like I'm done with this life. She's probably like in her late 30s, whatever.
I want to go $30,000 in debt at least.
Yeah, right. She's just like, I'm just gonna go to university, whatever. She enrolls in this university, and it's like there's like this budding romance between her and the admissions officer, who's like this really pudgy, like big, like heavy set, like Welsh guy.
Billy Joel Osment.
No.
Damn.
Actual Welsh guy. Not
I was hoping to reel him again.
A good movie.
No, much, yeah, and it's just so. I don't know, man. This movie is so generic. Not generic. It's, I don't know. It's trying to be cute, but also it was just very dull, honestly. Everything's it's all hand camera, so it's like film like a Jason Bourne movie, all of it. Some very weird, like weird offset Dutch angles for no apparent reason. I'm like, why? Most of the script at least seems like it's just improv. Like they're just like, all right, this is the idea of the scene. You guys just riff.
Well, so I saw on IMDb. It says there's a lot of improvisation.
Yeah, it feels like it. So okay, obviously
it feels
like it does not. Yeah, like it's literally just Cobie Smulders like riffing on with whoever's in the.
I feel like she wouldn't be a good improviser.
She's not.
I mean, at least from
great,
what
man. No, so like she's like trying to be funny, and stuff. Like, and I think Cobie Smulders is a good enough actress. She's great. She has comedic timing, but I didn't see that here in this movie at all.
I liked her in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, like she's great in How I Met Your Mother.
But she always feels a little bit awkward, like especially in some of the Marvel movies.
Well, I don't think they know what to do with her.
I think that's more the script's fault.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just very bizarre. So this whole entire the main plot is between this budding romance between this very very frumpy admissions officer guy. Who's
Haley Joel Osment.
No, not Haley Joel Osment. He's not Haley Joel Osment.
It would have been a good movie.
No, it would not have.
Yes, it would have.
So she's like...
He's in Yoga Hosers. You do not win this argument.
So that's like the main driving force is like her like trying to get him out of his shell where she's a very free spirit, whatever, and like he's like very, not like reserved, but very like awkward, like just kind of in his own head a little bit, and I don't know, dude, it just...
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. And so, like, the whole movie's trying to sell you on this relationship, and it never really goes there.
Like they never get together or anything?
Oh, no. Okay, so that's the thing. They almost have sex, like, 3 times in this movie.
Oh.
Yeah, so, like, in the first... Almost, yeah. So, there's... Yeah. This is the classic eye roll. Yeah, right. So, it hits on all those dumb tropes where the predicate is, like, so both Cobie Smulders and her friend are enrolling in this college or whatever, and, like, their first night there, they move into their dorm, and they're like, oh, it's the dorm, whatever, and, like, their flatmates are like, hey, we're having a barbecue on this beach if you want to come, and, like, they're totally cool, like, very chill university, like, 18-year-old students being like, hey, this person in your 30s, like, why don't you come hang out with us, like, at, like, our barbecue, whatever, bring friends. What?
No, they want them to bring beer.
Yeah, right. No. Well, they had beer. Like, what?
Well, this is in England.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, it's so weird. Okay. So, and then literally, like, they're like, okay, we're gonna go to the barbecue, and like, we're gonna have like 50 pence. I get boned before you do, or whatever. Like, they have like a Ben who.
But 50 pence?
Yeah, or 50 quid maybe. Whatever.
Okay.
Quid probably would make more sense. Pence
quid
is like
more sense.
Yeah. Okay, so it's quid. Yeah.
Because pence is like cents.
Yeah. No, it's quid then.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that's like they have a bet,
and
bet. Like it's 50 cents, man.
50 cents.
And
that's how much I'm worth.
So Cobie brings the admissions officer. He's the only guy she knows at the college or whatever, and she's like takes him back to the dorm with him, and like they almost do it, but then he's the dorm. Right. Okay. The super awkward scene where like he just has no idea what to do, and it's like purposefully awkward, but I still like I can't handle that kind of humor. It's like, oh god, like whatever, it's fine, whatever.
Cringy.
And like literally, he bores her to sleep, so they don't like she just passes out. They don't bone. And then, like...
They don't bone.
They don't bone. They move on.
Well, they don't move on, because, like, it's the next morning, and, like, I don't know, they're, like, hanging out, and they're trying, like, again, it's more just, like, forced improv, like they're just riffing on each other, and I don't think they have much chemistry on screen. And when you don't have chemistry on screen, you don't have a script to back you up on it.
Right.
It's
They have
rough.
chemistry off screen though. We don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't see it, so yeah, whatever.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So this happens like 2 or 3 times basically, where like they almost hook up, and like she's like it's not like a like. The one interesting thing is that she is very much determined to bone him for some reason. Like she's like, all right, yeah, like we're gonna hook up, we're gonna have sex, it's gonna be awesome. But like he just gets into his own head or whatever. So that's the main conflict of the movie. And like they try to do this forced metaphor where he's the tortoise and she's the hare.
Are we sure that this guy wasn't like the writer or something like that?
No,
He's just on the
I looked at,
boat
I
going
looked
out,
at,
like-
no.
It's
Listen,
kinda like
I
the
looked that
room.
up. No,
The
he's
room.
just no. That's you're right because it is kind of like a Tommy Wiseau situation, right? No, and he's a better actor than that, I would say. But like, no, he's just a normal like actor or
I don't want
whatever.
to know who
So
this guy is.
Maybe he has
He's
some
not
connections.
Joel Osment.
no, he's not.
All right, so they don't fuck. at all.
No. So like at the very end,
Oh,
they-
Richard Ellis.
Yeah. Right.
I don't
Okay.
know who he
Yeah.
is.
All right.
Richard
Anyways, so
Ellis.
at the
I don't
very
know who he
end,
is.
like,
He's this
sorry
guy.
to spoil this movie, I guess. At the very end, they're like, she's like about to leave for,
Spoilers,
leave to go back to Seattle where her dad lives or whatever. But like,
So Jimi
she's-
Hendrix.
yeah, right, yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
Jesus. This is awful.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's about to go back there, but she like. And this is like she decides that the morning after, so like this is their 3rd attempt to bang, and this is so like out of nowhere.
Is
Whatever.
she trying to bang, or, like legitimately, or is she still trying to get this money?
No. She's like trying to bang legitimate. Like so, there's like
She
halfway through the
needs
movie,
that
halfway through the movie,
sense, alright?
because okay, now I'm backing up even more. Halfway through the movie, like they're hanging out and they're like establishing rapport or whatever, and then the friend is like, oh, like this is the guy from The Bet, like totally
Got
forced
it.
like trope. He's like,
Oh,
I was just
no.
the bad guy, like
Oh,
whatever,
no.
yeah, like that.
I
Trope.
don't even care about
Like-
the bet anymore, guys.
Yes.
You ruined my one chance.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So it goes that route, and like they're whatever. So they're about to bang for the 3rd time, and like he
This is
Third
great.
time's the
drags
charm.
she drags him into her dorm, but her like flatmate is already like macking on this other guy in the dorm, and they're like, and you would think like, oh shit, like well that's that, like any normal like all right, I guess this isn't happening. No, Cobie Smulders tries to make it a foursome.
Oh, damn.
Yo, this movie got so much better.
Yeah, and like
This movie is not the worst
and
movie.
keep in mind, these are like college age kids, right? That are about to bone down, and like they're also cool with it. Like they're like, oh, yeah, like let's do it. And then the guy, like the poor guy, would probably act the same exact way I would. I'm like, what the fuck? Like no, and like he just bolts.
So threesome it is.
Yeah, no, and like, well, they like touched on that first. Like you could see her thinking, like she's like, oh fuck, like he left, like oh no, and there's like, oh no, I can't do the threesome right now. Like you just need to get the fuck out. I'm like, Cobie, what the hell?
Dude, he almost rode the tricycle.
Almost got the belt.
Almost got the belt.
That's
Another How I Met Your
a lot
Mother.
of pressure.
Yeah, that's like,
Lot of pressure.
I don't even know.
So much pressure.
Yeah. So anyways, the next morning, she's feeling really sad, Skypes her dad, who they haven't talked to in forever, and he's like, I think you should come home. She's like, okay, cool, I'll do that, or whatever.
What's it about her with daddy issues?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways.
Keep going.
But yeah, anyways, so throughout this movie, she's like trying to write a song for whatever reason, and it's about the tortoise and the hare, and it's really about them, and they have like, she's throwing this, like her flatmates are throwing this 90s college party, the 90s thing, because she's from the 90s, that's why they did that. So the final scene is her at this college party, like he ran, like thinking that he like the missions guy fucked off and just went just left. He came
Fucked off and became a lumberjack.
Yeah, no, he comes to the party while she's there, while she's performing the song, and then they embrace, and then they have a passionate kiss, and that's the end.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
But she's supposed to leave for Seattle in a few days, so like that's where it ends, I guess.
Wait,
So-
they don't even resolve that?
No,
Like,
which like I don't really need this herself, but yeah, the idea is that she's going to move back in with her dad. Yeah,
okay.
so
It's gonna be awkward to bone.
yeah, from that far,
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
right.
It's not like it was.
I can't wait
Not
until All Right Now,
awkward.
too.
Yeah. So did you guys watch the trailer for this at all?
No, we should have done
Yes,
that.
Yeah.
I killed myself on it.
Okay, good.
I did
yeah.
not see it.
Me and Andre watched it.
Yeah. That was,
Oh
So
boy.
I'm the only one that missed out on this greatness. Okay,
yeah. And
I'll,
like I don't know.
I'll catch up later.
I try to watch all the trailers of like even the bad movies because just I want to know where to lead you guys in conversation, that kind of thing. And this one was hard.
Yeah,
it's really bad, like really bad.
Yeah, no, and the trailer I will say was very indicative of the quality of that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's like some okay character moments with Cobie, I guess, but I don't know. It's just it didn't do it for me.
All right.
What's your rating?
Yeah, I was just gonna say moment of truth.
Oh gosh, I don't even know what the metric would be for this. I would say
Awkward guys out of
Guitars.
I would say, well, yeah, it was going to be.
How many blue balls out of 5?
I think
I
A
would
lot of
say
blue balls.
I would say 1.25 Smash guitars out of 5.
Oh, that's a clean
Okay.
version of it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually not that bad. All right.
So they don't have sex.
No, but I think they're going
Not
to
shown on
like
screen.
not shown. Yeah,
Well, I'm not gonna watch a sequel. so
Yeah,
that's
right.
fine.
No, but like it's implied that like okay, like they're gonna make.
they were really setting up for a sequel. So
They're really
Right.
hoping for that. Sequel.
really leaving room
So
there.
yeah, that was whatever, man. I mean,
All right.
sorry if you're really excited for that movie that's been on Hulu for a couple years, but yeah, maybe pass.
Cool.
Yeah, direct to DVD or Hulu, I guess.
Yeah.
Direct to Hulu.
Yeah. So, all right, that brings us to our next part, guys.
Yeah.
What are we feeling about movies coming up in the next couple of weeks, next couple of days?
All right.
Um,
I'll start off.
okay.
Okay.
Shoot.
So I recently did the AMC A-list.
Welcome,
boy.
dude. Welcome to the club.
Yeah,
I'll,
boy.
I'll most likely only keep it for the summer.
Yeah, right.
which
that's,
is fair.
That's,
Yeah,
that's,
I mean,
that's the deal.
you know, being in the like most expensive tier, although it's not like it was that much more compared to the other ones. No, I mean like
just saying, you're
when you
fancy.
pay for it.
Oh yeah.
So I think I definitely want to see John Wick 3,
Yes!
Shazam. Those are two that I'm going to see right when I get back from vacation, and then I obviously Spider-Man's coming out. Is that June?
Far from home.
Far from home.
That's
That's
July.
Dude,
Oh,
can I
July?
talk July? Yeah, like early July.
July.
Can we talk for a hot second about how awful that new poster is? Oh my god.
Yeah.
What's the new poster?
I didn't see a new poster.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I can't say much.
It looks fake because Jake Gyllenhaal is like
Yeah, one
there
sec.
with his beard, and it looks like it was just pasted in next.
It looks
to...
like somebody made an excellent edit and made it a PS2 cover game, and that's
yeah,
like accurate.
they did that to the
the Black
Panther one as
The-
well.
not,
which-
not the actual like the theatrical release one, but the one before that.
yes,
right? The
and that
theatrical release I
one
liked
was
a lot.
yeah.
All right, here's the poster.
Oh god.
Oh god! Ooh.
Wow, this looks like fan art.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Right.
No.
So it's Sam Jackson, Tom Holland, and Jake Gyllenhaal looking kind of at the camera.
Yep.
But Tom Holland's looking off
with
because
like
he's the
a
hero.
with like a fake grayish spider behind them almost.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
I'm fine. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the movie. The trailer looked good.
I never look at
right.
posters anymore.
Honestly, I don't even watch trailers anymore. Barely. I did watch the Spider-Man one just
Okay.
because
Yeah.
Plus, it has the Avenger spoiler in it. So
It does have an endgame spoiler.
What?
yeah.
Oh shit!
Yep.
Do I say that now?
Yeah, I mean, like there is a version that they edit out the part where he
Yeah.
was announcing that there's going to be a spoiler. So
Oh,
Okay.
really? Okay.
yeah, I mean, somebody did that purposely.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Screw
Yeah.
people
Right.
over.
Yes.
Because I mean, it gives away the entire end game.
Yes.
So.
Right.
Cool.
Cool. People are
Yeah, I don't know of any other ones that are really coming out.
Well,
so I'm
dude,
kind
John
of,
Wick, he had my endorsement.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing what you guys are looking forward to, since I have a movie pass.
Yeah.
me
thing.
too. You want to go, Mike?
Sure, I'll go. I'm looking at a bunch of movies that are coming out. One of them that I'm looking forward to is Rocketman. Coming out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is basically, it's the same director who did We Will Rock You, or not We Will Rock You,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. I
Wrong
saw the
song.
musical. No, I saw the musical We
Oh,
Will Rock You,
yeah.
and that's what.
Gotcha.
Never mind.
Yeah.
It's the same director, but this one is about Elton John.
And he was the director from the start. Let's say
Yes.
that. Because Bohemian Rhapsody was originally directed by Bryan Singer.
Exactly. Yes. Sorry about that, but it's the same director who finished Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes.
He did this Rocket Man. It is again another gay musical artist, which is kind of great though because they're now going to dive more into that. With Bohemian Rhapsody, even though I enjoyed it, it didn't really ever focus on like Freddie Mercury's actual like behind the scenes life.
Nope.
This one's actually going to. Plus, they've also said that it's going to be a little more whimsical because of like they're going to show drug trips and that kind of stuff and
okay.
like what he saw, and so it's going to be he's going to perform and all of a sudden fly off into the sky. You know, like, it's going to be crazy.
And the trailers show that a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking forward to it because they've said the early reviews for this movie is that it's better than Bohemian Rhapsody.
Thank God.
Oh,
and
nice.
I enjoyed
I was
Bohemian
not a
Rhapsody.
fan.
Yeah.
Personally, I was not a fan of Bohemian Rhapsody. But
There's a lot of things that could have been better.
Yeah.
And so this one I'm actually looking forward to more because they're saying it is better.
Yeah.
It
Right.
is
I
more-
originally wanted to go to it, but then like I heard the mixed reviews where some people were like, "Oh yeah, it's really good," but at the same time,
if you like Queen, like hearing the music loud in the theater, that's what it's made for. And
Yeah.
it
That's a good
definitely
point.
it plays the hits.
And
Yeah,
what,
I mean,
what
it's fine.
hurts Bohemian Rhapsody is Queen, the band, had a lot of input on it.
So much.
And
Ugh.
this one, yes, Elton John has some input on it, but he really wants to tell a more, like, truthful story.
Okay,
Right.
right.
He wants
It's
to tell the
just,
lows.
Not such as
He
a
wants to
victory
tell the
lap
highs.
for...
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it going to still be positive?
Sure.
Probably. You know,
which,
like,
which wouldn't be far from the truth, right? Like,
he has a positive end to his life.
Yeah,
Or,
exactly.
Like, what we know of his life. You know, he's a freaking knight. So, let's just call it what it is.
I mean, the
He's a
public reception is positive, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
like fall out of line that this movie portrays it in a
Exactly,
like, a
but there's
positive
going to be
way.
some parts where it seems like it's going to go a little deeper. I'm sure he has his low moments, so.
Cool.
All right, so this movie I'm not even excited for. I would say
me.
more morbidly curious about.
Okay.
Dark Phoenix.
Dark
Okay,
Phoenix.
Yes. T-Dawg laid on us.
I forgot about that, and
everyone
so
did.
So did everyone.
Yeah.
All of a
so
sudden there's a trailer for
all right,
What?
Yeah, exactly.
The issue is, so I really enjoyed First Class, and
Me
like,
too.
Yes.
when
Yes.
they redid that, because I mean, everyone had kind of the same opinion with like X3, but I even think like it was better than the original X-Men.
It's my
movies.
favorite X-Men movie. First
yeah,
Class is.
so
Yeah.
Nice.
so I really enjoy that storyline with the characters that they have, but I don't really know where they're going with the Dark Phoenix.
Well, dude, I mean, like, so Days of Future Past was fun too.
Yeah.
But Apocalypse was.
I know.
Didn't do it, dude. Did not do it.
It just reminded me way too much of X3 almost.
Yeah,
like,
it felt like a throwback to the old superhero
Yeah.
movies of the early 2000s in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was
Um,
in a bad way.
yeah. And Dark Phoenix, like, honestly, like, it's in this really weird spot where, like, it was obviously filmed and made before the Disney-Fox merger.
Right.
And so it's in this weird spot where, like, well, we have this movie, this finished movie
Right.
that's not part of the MCU that we kind of have to put out, but, like, what do we do with it, right? And I honestly think it's going to be awful. Like, that's not a hot take at all. Like, everyone thinks it's going to be awful, but I'm so
Gonna be
excited
bad,
for
dude.
it
It's
to be...
gonna bad.
They'll make money
Yeah.
on it. Like,
I'm not going to say it's going to
It'll
be
make
high
money,
end,
yeah.
It'll make
that's
money.
why they put it out.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it'll make
definitely.
money.
It'll make money. It'll
It's almost like they took
We'll
some of
see.
it back just to save money, like cut some of the like more
Yeah, I mean,
CGI
like, it's-
parts.
Yeah, right. But honestly, like, all of the posters, they, like, every single, like shot that I've seen for the trailers, like, the actors look so bored in that movie,
Yeah.
Like, it reminds me of the Assassin's Creed movie with one Michael Fassbender in it, where he also looked bored as hell, and that movie was not good. So,
I mean,
I got through 15 minutes of that movie.
that
That's
movie
it.
was- oh my god.
I could not do the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play Assassin's Creed for the story, so I don't know what I was thinking, but it was
That's
bad.
You want to fuck around in history.
Yeah, right.
That's really it.
Which is whatever. Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, Dark Phoenix. I'm morbidly curious, and the fact that like, hey, like I'm gonna go see it, even though I know
I will
think
too.
it's gonna be bad.
And like I just liked First Class so much that it makes me
Sure.
angry when the
Yes.
skills are so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, and to be fair, honestly, I think Sophie Turner great casting for Phoenix. Like, that's not. I don't
oh,
have
Oh
a
yeah,
problem
she'll be
with-
good. She'll be
Yeah.
good as Jean Grey Phoenix, but it's still. I mean, it's good in a movie that's going to be bad.
Yes, right. I
and
just think she looks.
Just to be clear,
horrible.
she's played Jean Grey like previously.
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She was in
Yeah.
Apocalypse. Yeah.
I just wanted to
Apocalypse,
like make that clear that
Yeah.
it's not like a new casting choice. It was
No.
Right.
they started there, probably already knew that they were going to lead there.
Yeah.
And they alluded to how powerful she can get at the
Yeah.
end of Apocalypse.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't show the dark side.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll wrap this thing up. Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Oh, shit!
Let's go.
Let's just watch 2 hours of monsters beating on each other.
The best part, it's 132 minutes.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Your boy is all in on this movie.
2 hours
my
and 12 minutes.
So are you a big Godzilla fan? I actually
Yes.
like, for as much of a fucking weeb that I have not watched any Godzilla movies.
I-
Honestly.
Yes.
I haven't
Okay.
either.
This is definitely something that's close to Mitchell's heart. before I became a movie fan, I was a Godzilla fan.
Okay.
And this is back when I was a really, really young kid. And I fell in love with the original kaiju movies where it's a guy in a rubber suit kind of swinging around fighting another guy in a rubber suit.
Yeah.
And I've seen I want to say this is the longest, it has to be one of the longest running franchises of all time.
Yeah.
It's like 27 or something like that. I've seen every single one, probably multiple times. So this is...
even fucking like the
1996
96 Godzilla?
No, not the American one. Not that one.
Not the Matthew Broderick.
I will say that the balls that the balls.
I've seen it once. Yeah.
So didn't they like make a movie where like there's like shit like there's there where the
there it is.
Ferris
On the can of the
didn't
Ferris.
like Japan make a movie with like where like the real quote unquote Japanese Godzilla totally fucks up the American Godzilla?
You will love the name of that movie.
What's it
is called Godzilla All Out Monsters Attack.
Yes. Wow, oh, that's really good,
dude. This franchise is
up.
bonkers. So yeah, and funny enough, you bring up that movie.
Yeah.
Just looking at the previews for King of the Monsters, which, by the way, was the original title for the first Godzilla movie when it was brought over to the U.S.
Okay.
Anyway, so the King of the Monsters, this version, looks to be taking a lot of its cues from All Out Monster Attack, where you have just basically all the monsters coming at each other, with the three main ones being Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. Rodan's in it. Spoiler alert, he's probably going to be out of the movie within the first 30 minutes.
Right. I mean,
he's definitely the sacrificial lamb of the group.
It really seems like they have the How to Train Your Dragon 2 scenario going on. You have your alpha dragon, you know.
Yes.
And it's really effing up stuff. And so you have to have this ringer come in, you know, Toothless / Godzilla.
Yes. And Godzilla's got to be king, right?
Yeah, I mean, this time they're reluctant to bring Godzilla back, so I can't say it's a one-to-one comparison to How to Train Your Dragon 2, but...
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But from what it looks like, King Ghidorah, who's the three-headed dragon-looking thing, has been long the main villain against Godzilla. And that's going back to the 70s or the 80s when Monster Zero came out, which was King Ghidorah's original name. And Mothra... Yeah, sorry.
No, this is awesome.
No, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And then what I think is great is literally Toho, which was the original production company of Godzilla.
They're doing the distribution for this one, too.
Yeah, they licensed it out to Legendary, and they're like, hey, you have all rights to these characters. And they're building upon this. The next movie is supposed to be King Kong versus Godzilla, which I'm very excited for. So that's what they're building towards. I think it depends on the performances.
So Kong Skull Island.
So Kong Skull Island, that's like part of the same universe.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Interestingly enough, there has already been a King Kong versus Godzilla movie.
Yes.
Sure.
That was made by Toho, where famously Godzilla loses, guys. Pretty crazy.
USA! 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 But King Kong is monkey.
Yeah, he's like it's weird. Anyway, so Godzilla King of the Monsters. I'm just excited about this. I'm not sure if I'm going to review it for this podcast because really it might be a bad movie.
I mean, but like, I hope that it's a bad movie in all the right ways, though. You know?
Yeah, and I'm so lenient with these. It's just like I go into these understanding, wow, this is probably going to be really bad.
Yes.
But just so long as I have my battle sequences in there and I get my Godzilla juices flowing.
That's how I felt about Detective Pikachu.
That's how I felt about Battle Angel Alita. So it hit all the points.
So there you go.
I think at least from the trailers, it looks really good. Like all
Visually,
the effects that I've seen, and then
dude, the part where like somebody says, "Oh my god," and somebody says,
that is the worst though. That's the part where I'm like roll credits. Like,
I like that part. But I think it's because I know the actor from somewhere else, and I can't place it. But
he is. It would be a tough pull for me.
It, though.
But the Japanese guy from the first film who had all the best one-liners. By first film, I mean the original legendary Godzilla came out in 2014.
Okay.
He was saying lines like "Let them fight," and then like some other BS lines that are just hilarious because the camera's
talking about Ken
slowly.
Watanabe?
Yeah, Ken Watanabe, who was also in Detective Pikachu, by the way.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
he has a stubble.
Did he have great one-line?
Okay, I'm going to be honest here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I felt like he fit in with the awkward acting throughout the thing.
Yeah, because it was really forced.
And it was forced. Like I feel like you could kind of see him naturally be a better actor. But,
totally.
But
I've seen
in this,
good stuff.
You know,
Ken Watanabe is a good actor.
Yeah,
It's
I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, isolating it directly to this movie.
Yeah.
I think also the who was the girl reporter? What is she, like, a well-known?
We're still on
actor?
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, sorry, we
went
went
back.
back. You segued, or no? Somebody segued.
I segued.
Okay.
Ken Watanabe segue.
Andre got back to his.
Let them debate.
Let them debate.
So I,
But yeah, no, literally,
yeah.
he's like,
No,
your
I didn't
father
really like her in
was one of the
Detective
best
Pikachu.
detectives.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
know
know,
if she was in other stuff.
So
I liked
bad.
her better than Justin Smith, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, same.
He
But,
was
alright,
just
sorry.
really awkward.
Super
God-
excited for this. I want more one-liners from Homeboy, especially
Yeah,
when the camera's slowly pushing in on his face while he's saying
from the outside looking in, I hope this movie sticks to landing because it looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Oh god, it's probably gonna be trash, but I'm gonna love it all the
Either
time.
that or
So-
we gotta watch the Robin Lopez one.
No,
Yes.
God.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Well, the Robin Lopez commercials have been pretty funny. I will say
exactly. So, yeah.
that. So has Brooke he's made a cameo in those,
Yeah,
right?
he was-
Okay,
yeah.
that's right.
He's
There's
like the executive producer or something
right.
like that.
There's like
yeah.
3 or 4 of those commercials. I love them all.
Yeah.
Anyway, Godzilla: King of the Monsters.
Okay.
Very excited.
nice.
I think that's one of those movies where I wouldn't see it, but then I have a like unlimited
Right, like now that we don't,
subscription, right?
the
where you
subscription
can
thing
go.
kind of is like
Yeah.
it makes that choice easier. Like,
Yeah.
I could just
Yeah,
go to
exactly
this movie, whatever. It's fine.
and
2
like
hours.
it looks good enough from the trailers for me to like say I'm all right with the time investment.
Would I be able to enjoy this without knowing the Godzilla lore?
I hope so.
I would really hope.
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, did you miss a lot from the first movie, though?
No, since Godzilla comes back.
No,
Yeah.
but the thing is
Yeah.
that this has like all the iconic monsters like Mothra, Ghidorah.
Right. So all you need to know, Mothra is considered the savior, right?
Okay.
So
And
it
that's
is
a giant
definitely
moth, right?
It's the wow. How'd you know?
Okay, I'm just making sure I got my monsters right. All right.
Looks more like a butterfly than a moth.
Yeah,
so, you
right.
know,
What the fuck ever.
is definitely the more. It's a more peace worthy of them all.
Okay.
Where Godzilla's more destructive, but still looking out for the humans or whatever.
Right.
King Ghidorah is all out for destruction and ruling over
This is the
everything.
three-headed man.
Yes, exactly.
Three-headed boy?
He's the quintessential villain.
Okay.
And then Rodan is the pterodactyl-looking thing who kind of just plays the role of, he's gonna die first.
Oh,
So-
gotcha.
And
Is he like the
follow-
Starscream of like
Oh, kind of.
like yeah?
Well, I mean, but he's not like the sidekick to anyone.
Oh,
He's just-
okay,
Is he
gotcha.
like kind of following things, or like
What's that?
Is he following any?
From what this movie or what the trailers are like kind of laying out there, this is a free for all for dominance among the monsters.
See, I thought it was that the one main one was the alpha, and then like so
Right.
Godzilla.
Like they're
is the
trying to be
alpha.
the alpha, and King Ghidorah I think emerges as the alpha to
Okay.
start,
Okay.
and then they go from there.
I mean, dude,
that's what I'm assuming.
I'm just waiting for the giant robots to show up. That's when I get it.
Yeah.
You
Sorry,
know?
Rim?
Pacific Rim.
Yes. Pacific Rim was my Godzilla.
Was that
Godzilla.
legendary? Pacific Rim.
Oh, it might have been. I have to look that up.
Ooh, that'd be interesting in the future if these do well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, honestly, they totally shit the bed with the second
All
one.
right, so the
I don't even care.
kaiju famously, and then we'll move on.
Yes.
And end the podcast. A guy again in a suit.
Let's just cut it
Homeboy's
off.
name was Jet Jaguar, and Jet Jaguar
Oh, yeah.
literally could shrink down to human size and talk to people, and then grow to Godzilla size. to
Pacific
fight
Rim was a
Godzilla.
legendary
Alright,
picture.
it's-
Oh,
As soon as
fucking
the
go!
what movie wants to say and it says Godzilla, King of Monsters, cut it.
Cut it.
the
Just cut
podcast.
it, okay.
Yeah, cut the podcast.
That's why I said it.
All right, well, that'll do it. Do you guys have any last words?
Oh man.
I think we've already gone long enough.
Yeah.
Have you heard about
let's
our
sign
Lord
up.
and Savior Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
Okay. If you want to hear what Mitchell guessed the finale of Detective Pikachu,
Listen up.
you can listen to it after
Oh,
this.
hold on. I didn't say one thing about
Oh,
Detective
wow.
Pikachu
Oh my
that I really
gosh.
wanted to
Wow.
say. Was that...
Cut it.
No, stop. It was really important. Andre kept interrupting like the
Oh,
entire
fuck
time.
you! Fuck you!
Fuck you! It was my review.
You're right.
Fuck you.
Andre versus T-Dawg Civil War.
I think I'm on Andre's side.
Wow. Shots.
Still not on T-Dawg's side.
Okay, so I would say go see it if you've been like a Pokemon fan. You've played the games. Actually enjoy the source material. If you don't go see the movie.
I think if you're a lapsed Pokemon fan,
Yeah.
it's for you. The main character is very much written like a lapsed Pokemon fan. 'Cause
Right.
He was a fan as a kid.
right,
grew up to nothing.
yeah, that's fine. I just mean like if you haven't played the games,
Right. If you have no reference at all.
don't go to the movie.
Yes.
Fair.
I mean, you might if you have kids, maybe even if they haven't played the Pokemon games, I don't know.
They'll still like it.
It'll be fine.
It's cute characters
Yeah,
on
yes.
screen.
if you're above like I don't know, 10 years old and haven't played the games, don't go to the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Wookie.
All right, so listen to what Mitchell thinks happens at the end of Detective Pikachu. He fucking guessed it.
He nails it. Yeah.
And tune in next time for Game for a Movie. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
What am I going to do about Pikachu?
Yeah,
Like,
Pikachu should be
Oh, it's
spoilers.
fine.
Yeah. I
Dude,
mean, like,
like,
I don't
dude,
think.
no,
He's not going for writing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give away the one part.
Okay, sure.
Okay, don't give
we
away
can-
the biggest spoiler.
Yeah,
fine.
that's okay. Well,
Everything
I
else-
know exactly what you're talking about.
Ryan
You know what we're
Reynolds
talking
was
about.
in the Pikachu the entire time. So he like pops out and he's just like, "Did I catch?
Wow, that was a guess.
Wow,
That
I
was a
called
guess.
I wish you were recording this.
That was amazing.
Are
I
we
recorded
recording?
it. Yeah.
Hey, God!
I can write Detective Pikachu."
So I'm gonna splice it in somewhere.
I thought you like knew it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like,
That was amazing.
that was a shot in the dark.
Yeah. So
all right. So
that's